The room was bathed in a soft, unsettling glow from a lone lamp. Tommie Lee sat in front of the camera, her eyes sharp and intense. She was ready to drop a bombshell, her tone heavy with anticipation. Everyone's been asking why J.R. Robinson walked away from Tamar Braxton. Tommie began, her voice low and urgent. Well, brace yourselves, because the truth is far darker than you've been led to believe. The scene cut to vibrant, pulsating party footage. Tamar Braxton dazzling in high fashion, mingling with a parade of handsome men at exclusive soirees. Meanwhile, J.R. Robinson was shown lurking in the background, visibly tense and isolated. Tommie's voice pierced through the glitz and glamour. Tamar's been living a double life, and I'm about to expose it all. The camera shifted to Tommie's office, where she rifled through an incriminating stack of documents and photos. Each item was a damning piece of evidence. Tamar didn't just blackmail JR over his kids. She played him like a puppet, threatening his career while flaunting her secret relationships at these wild, hidden parties. Tommie's voiceover revealed, JR stayed silent, but the cracks are finally showing. Footage showed JR looking haunted, his phone buzzing with threatening messages. Scenes of clandestine meetings between Tommie and JR added to the tension, their conversations fraught with desperation. Tommie's voiceover grew more intense. And that's not all. Tamar coerced JR into illegal schemes, using his fear and desperation to fuel her own twisted agenda. Cut to a dimly lit coffee shop where Tommie and JR were deep in conversation. JR's face was etched with worry as he recounted the nightmare he'd been living. And now, Tommie's voiceover continued, Tamar's spinning a web of deceit. She's accusing JR of using her credit card to book a hotel room with a mistress. The shocking twist, JR was alone in that hotel. Alone. The screen showed a hotel lobby with JR checking in by himself, the implication clear and damning. Tamar's grand scheme is to ruin JR's reputation and obliterate his career. Tommie's voiceover declared, all this drama, all these lies, it's all part of her plan. The camera returned to Tommie, who leaned forward, her gaze unwavering and fierce. Her voice was a clarion call for justice. JR's been torn apart by this woman's lies, she said, her voice steady but impassioned. It's time to clear his name. Don't let Tamar's deception cloud your judgment. JR deserves to be heard, and the truth deserves to shine. To people with massive red flags, getting engaged was definitely something to see, but what we didn't expect was that it would be so messy. So quickly, one of his baby M took to social media to reveal that Junior was only using Tamar for clout and publicity, adding that he had a weird fetish for black women and had a history of preying on them, especially vulnerable women like Tamar. She said he has a over black women so much that he often refers to himself as light-skin's white chate and tags himself the minority within the minority. He would attend the CL Club almost nightly, preying on beautiful black women and taking them home. She also revealed that he was extremely rude, arrogant, racially insensitive, womanizing, and degrading, adding that he claims to be an ally of the people and a protector of black women. But his actions tell us otherwise. She also exposed him for being a colonizing that fulfills his of biracial babies to further feed his ego and desire of one to be accepted amongst the black community. This is kind of a weird hot mess, and fans started begging Tamar to run Tamar run because Junior was worse than we knew, but Tamar of course didn't listen, which isn't surprising because y'all know that Tamar doesn't listen unless she wants to. And do y'all remember how I said he had 4 baby mamas who were bound to stir up some drama for Tamar? Well, it didn't take long for that pot to start boiling. The trouble started when Tamar couldn't stop gushing about how much she loved Jeremy and his kids. And you knew something was about to go down. She said, it's my birthday, but I have to post the one who puts this teasy smile on my face. It took me a while to realize that this wholesome traditional love is the kind that I wanted and needed. We have 6 children between the 2 of us, and they mean everything to me. So missing with that, he has 4 baby mamas. Thank God for them. Now the way Tamar kept going on and on about his kids, you think that they were one big happy family living in perfect harmony, but no, that was far from the truth because one of Jeremy's baby mas was not here for Tamar talking about her kids like that. And you can bet that caused some major drama, but baby mama wrote, let me be clear for all who know me and all who know them. This woman is in no way a bonus or stepmom to my son. My son does not mean everything to her, and she has not thanked God for me. And truthfully, none of it baby mess. She has said demeaning, disrespectful, and outrageous things. She has made no effort to meet me, get to know me as a woman or mother, and has caused my son's father to miss visitation weekends and birthdays. Now, to his credit, Jeremy did try to stand up for Tamar because he wrote, Tamar Braxton has always been an amazing mother and spoil my children with love, sometimes a difference of opinion with no conversation, declare a miscommunication, creates a bad cycle. I want everyone to be peaceful and will do my best to foster that. But even with all of that, there was a whole lot of baby mama drama, and the best thing for her would have been to keep out of all these relationships, but she loved her man, and she stuck beside him because she wanted to be with him no matter what, even when he humiliated her over and over again for no reason at all. Can you even imagine your sister being the one and only Tommie Braxton and still dealing with men like this is embarrassed and desperate? But if you thought that it couldn't get worse, well, it definitely did, because Junior randomly woke up one day and announced to the world that he and Tamar had broken up even more. He made sure to make it clear that he was the one who dumped her, not the other way around. He wrote, Tamar and I are no longer together. I ended the relationship to focus on getting back to positive energy and being a better person. What happened and why that's our private place. No, I never cheated. I never cared about fame. I have always represented fame's people, and the truth is, I was in an amazing place financially and mentally. I turned down Queen's Court several times before I gave in. Ultimately, I fell in love, and it did not end how I wanted it. So I want to heal Tamar, and I will always be friends and family for life. But y'all, it gets even worse. See, turns out that Tamar found out about the breakup from social media like the rest of us because Junior didn't even have the decency to break up with her face to face or even via text. He also broke up with her the same hour her home and car got vandalized. She wrote, imagine your home being robbed, moving to a new city, trying to find your new tribe, never finding where you fit in, and then finally settling in with at least one person you trust to get in your car, robbed and vandalized, then broken up with from the person you love and feel safe with, all in the same hour is too much. She also addressed the breakup and made a video where she basically denied that she was the reason for the breakup, saying that she had been working on being a better person.
Really grateful. I have done a lot to work on my mental health and change who I used to be into who I am now. And I can't help if people fall into that perception because it's easy. And I get it, But I won't let anybody hold me captive to my past and things that I have overcome.
When Junior realized that people weren't on his side, he tried to manipulate the situation and tried to act like he was being supportive, and he even went as far as to try to promote her tour last year. He said, Dallas, get ready for the one and only. Tamar Braxton sending love and light. Thank you, Tamar, for being super supportive during an incredibly difficult time. You are not a negative and horrible person. You are a blessing to the world, and I have always been nothing sort of supporting and uplifting. Now I get that he didn't say anything all right shady, but fans couldn't help but side-eye this so-called compliment. It felt like he was throwing some type of sneaky shade still, especially when he said she's not negative and horrible. Like, did you have to say that? But people were already over the drama and not even talking about it anymore. So while bring it up, it's given trying to stay relevant and sneak diss vibes. Well, Tamar threw some shade right back and said, I can't believe I'm going on my love and war tour, so broken people do things on purpose just to see you hurt. Misleading is abuse and a pattern. I'm so stupid. After so much hurt at some point, you have to get the strength to close the chapter. What a fool I was. Now you think that she would have moved on, taking her L in silence and put that whole Junior mess behind her, right? Well, no, not Tamar. She acted like a total bird and went back to him, even though it was clear as day that he was trying to manipulate her. See, only a few days after the breakup, Junior was found stepping out with Tommie Lee, who is known to have beef with Tamar.
Look like somebody might as well be the coach.
The timing of these events was definitely suspect. Just days before, Tamar and Junior were seen together. And remember the brawl Tamar got into at her concert? Well, Tommie, who was involved in that incident, came forward with accusations of his own, claiming Tamar was using Chan for clout. So when Tommie was spotted with Junior at a game, it was clear they were both conspiring to get under Tamar's skin, and it worked perfectly. The next thing we knew, Tamar and Junior were back together and spotted at a football game. Seriously, what kind of high school drama is this? Tamar's decision to reunite with Junior seemed like a deliberate message to Tommie, don't mess with her man. But the move didn't sit well with many. Tamar had been vocal about Junior's poor treatment of her and even accused him of conspiring with her enemies. Let's not forget Junior's baby mama, who claimed he had a habit of playing games with black women, pitting them against each other. It was as if Junior was orchestrating his own drama squad, using Tommie and Tamar for his amusement. Whether Tamar didn't see through the manipulation or simply didn't care, she probably believed that taking Junior back would be a way to spite Tommie. Instead, Tommie threw Tamar under the bus, revealing that Tamar was clearly back in the middle of the mess. Tommie even leaked screenshots showing that Junior had invited her to the game before Tamar, only turning to Tamar when Tommie couldn't make it. But Tamar seemed unfazed. At her concert, she proudly announced that she and Junior were back together, adding another twist to this ongoing drama.
That's why I had to go get my man back, y'all. And I know y'all lying. If y'all thought I was gonna let my man go because he took some crackhead to a basketball game, while we was broke up.
And of course, that made Tommie mad, and she went live to read Tamar for filth, claiming that Junior ate her groceries, if y'all know what I mean.
What is wrong with the situation is that is your man, as you call it. That is your man. He knew it was a situation with me and you. And he was down. He was down to play op games. I wouldn't take nothing like that serious, my love. That ate my and I sent him on his.
She also revealed that Junior had been telling her son on Tamar.
You don't want me to expose how you were saying that you kicked her out and she went back to her mother's house. Not Mrs. Braxton, not Mrs. Singer with the sold out tour that JR also told me was flex. It was cap. It was she flexing. She don't have no sold out. Between me and you was his exact words. The tour not sold out. He said you was messy. He said you went back to your mother's house. He told me a lot of things that he shouldn't tell a stranger. I just met this man less than a week.
The situation with Tamar and Junior is absolutely wild. It's one thing to deal with a relationship falling apart, but for your partner to spill tea on you, that's a whole other level. Tamar should have ended things with Junior the moment the drama started, but if there's one thing we've learned, it's that Tamar seems almost addicted to having a man by her side. Instead of cutting ties with Junior, Tamar went in the complete opposite direction. She married him. The twist? She kept it a secret, likely knowing that a public wedding would have led to a media frenzy and endless criticism. And it's not just fans who are disapproving of this union. Tamar's own family is against it too. Reports say that Tommie Braxton has been especially vocal, warning Tamar that Junior is bad news. But Tamar, true to form, seems to only heed her own advice. In the latest season of their reality TV show, the Braxton family deals with the passing of their sister Tracy and how they're coping. During the show, the topic of Tamar and her new husband came up, and it was clear that everyone in her family was not on board with the relationship, and this made Tamar so upset that she went off on her family on Twitter, dragged them for filth, exposed them for hating on her fairy tale life. With Prince Charming, she wrote, "You have no idea, none. The gaslighting is crazy and I'm going back into treatment. Oh my gosh, I pray that my marriage can be saved and my life can be spared. My family is awful." Junior means the world to me. Like, thank God for him. My husband and my children has saved my life, but I'm so mad at my life. My family is toxic. I should have never went back to BFV. Never, y'all. I'm going through it. I'm single and sad, and this TV stuff is a lot. Her choosing to marry Junior after the public humiliation is definitely an interesting choice, but hey, she's grown and can marry whoever she wants to. She also accused fans of spreading negativity about her relationship, saying, "I think it's funny when I post something negative, it goes viral. When I post something positive, no one pays attention. Y'all prove me right on what y'all want from me. Why can't I be healthy and healed? Y'all was waiting for my life to fall apart." Jeremy is and has been the most positive person in my life and my best friend and family, and y'all want me to say something bad about him so bad. But according to an insider, Tamar is just being Dulu and not willing to admit that the relationship is actually over. Allegedly, Junior has been cheating on her every which way with every woman who gives him the eye, and he is unrepentant about it. At first, Tamar was willing to overlook it because she didn't want to admit that she had failed, but Junior was done with her when he had broke up with her a couple of weeks ago, which explains her flipping out on social media. Fans commented, "Tamar needs to leave that man alone forever. Stop going back and forth with that man. He's embarrassed her enough. She could do better. I don't want to hear about her colonizer again." Her ancestors did not fight for freedom for her to go back and forth with that guy. Tamar Braxton is a simple silly bird. She needs to leave that man alone and seek real help. Dang near 50, still acting like a child over D and throwing your family under the bus when you just lost a sister. She is sick in the head, and I think Tamar has a lot of issues. However, these men be cloud chasers and just as toxic. I'm surprised so many people are defending the man with 5 baby mamas who really didn't do anything on the show to show he was a good guy. Y'all poor Tamar because this situation is a crazy mess, but I gotta know what y'all feel about this. Do y'all think that Tamar will ever recover, or is she going to go back to that call and AR? Drop your thoughts in comments below and then check out this next video.